Dear viewers, it's good to finally be back for another fantastic episode of GTA Geographic. On this TV show, we take a close look at the wide variety of different species of players in the world of GTA Online. This week, a brand new addition is added to the world, the Diamond Casino and Resort, a flamboyant place where riches, but also misery beyond human belief, can be acquired. But before we continue with the episode, I must ask for you to call for your butler, and this time we will not ask for a fine gin and tonic, but a glass of champagne, anyone. As soon as he opens the door, fling the fine artwork of your penthouse into the crotch of your butler. The forward momentum of the butler stumbling over should send the glass of champagne on his tray flying straight into the like button. Excellent. Now let us begin. The Diamond Casino and Resort, a place where all species of all standings come together to spend quality time together, whether it's drinking champagne, anyone, together at the counter, or waging their money in the casino. Like a body of water in the dry regions of the prairie, the hunters and preys come together for once in peace. But what happens just outside of the safety of these social meeting spots? Yes, that's what you never see on those pesky fake news TV channels like National Geographic. Absolute anarchy by all the gods old and new, and also undiscovered. Outside the Diamond Casino and Resort, it's a war zone. The tryhards and griefers prey on all people entering and exiting the casino. The smell of death, gunpowder, burning flesh, and the sweat of 10-year-olds create an unbearable melange of insufferable agony. But that's not what we're here to take a look at today. No, 'cause inside of the casino, equally fascinating endeavors are taking place. And before we continue, champagne, anyone? Meet Thomas. Thomas is a grinder, a leisurely grinder enjoying the game and wishes nothing but to see what Rockstar Games have added. And so it's said, and so it has been done. He has acquired the lavish penthouse right above the casino. He acquired all the fancy rooms and trinkets, but unfortunately for Thomas, he hasn't got a lot of money left. $100,000 is left in his bank account. So Mr. Thomas does what any sane man would do. He will attempt his luck in the casino, and so he sits his buttocks down at the slot machines, and so it begins. The first 20,000. And just like that, $20,000 are gone. Oh dear God, it seems an orbital cannon strike went off right outside. Damn it, thinks Thomas. You know what, I'll try my luck at the horse races. Yes, the horse races surely is where it's at, he says out loud. And so he sits his buttocks down, and so it begins. And a few seconds later, $20,000 poorer. Damn it, what am I doing wrong? Can be heard echoing through the halls of the casino. You know what? Screw it, he says. It's all or nothing, so he buys $50,000 worth of chips. And he goes to the roulette tables, and he goes for a risky move. Everything he has left on a single bet. And holy Christ on a bicycle! Oh God, that was a loud one. And oh my, $50,000 gone. Young Thomas lets out an agonizing war cry. My money! He screams at the top of his lungs. Editor Stu, please fade the camera to black. Like right now. Stu? God damn it, Editor Stu, you've got one oh, here it goes. A broken Thomas sits in his penthouse. He thinks about how he got this far. How is he going to make his money back? As he stares into the dark night, and then something happens. The screeching squeakers, the orbital cannon strikes, the non-stop machine gun fire, the sound of blood and guts hitting the floor from just outside of Thomas's penthouse. They start forming an angelic voice, and it gently, softly speaks to Thomas. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel, yells Thomas out loud. Yes, yes, he repeats to himself as he rushes downstairs. He rushes out of the elevator and passes Mr. Tom, who quickly asks, "Champagne, anyone?" Up there, on the other side, he rushes to said wheel, grabs it very, very tightly, and gives it a whirl. That hard, it would nearly spin the entire casino and the axis of the device. And as soon as he lets go, all his faith rests in the hands of the gods above. And as the wheel slows down, so does time. He wins 40,000. My sweet God, $40,000! Thomas is once again a rich man, all his worries away. And what does he do? Of course, he buys $40,000 worth of chips, runs to the roulette table, places it all on a single number, and tragedy strikes again. Dear viewers, the casino is a place to become rich beyond belief, or a place of absolute agony. And in a sea of lies, there is but one truth. No matter what happens inside, the house always wins. And with all that being said, we end today's episode of GTA Geographic, but not before a good round of comments by the fire. But not before a special and heartfelt thank you to the sponsors of the TV channel. Thank you to all the dear members, including but not limited to Jazzinator, Sire Doom, who opted for the $49.95 a month membership by all the gods above, but also Angeles, Josh Gaming, Clancy the Bandito, Mr. Jeremy, and Tom Briggs, Corey, Randy Marsh, the Comments by the Fire Terrorist, Andy, Black Winged, Lucian Smith, and of course, all the other legendary members. If you wish to sponsor the TV channel, simply press the join button and you will see all the glorious perks you can acquire. Scold Lund said, "You sound question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. You sound like a summer breeze rolling through the vineyard in our $1 million mansion. You sound breathtaking. No, you're breathtaking, thank you. R24 Real typed, narrator underrated. And I agree, no one ever speaks of my perilous journey through the rainforest of Guatemala to uncover the endangered pink-striped poisonous possum. Nor does anyone speak of the time I went to the outer reaches of the solar system to investigate the supermassive black hole. And sure as hell, no one tells the story of how I contracted 30 plus STDs to see what it does to your immune system. Surely I am indeed the best in the industry." Randy Marsh, even though we don't have a photograph of his comments, undoubtedly said, "Where are comments by the fire?" And lastly, Paul Otwell says, "Lettuce, mayonnaise, and onions." Thank you all for your stay on our channel, and now we will bid you all farewell, so as always, stay safe, dear viewers.